That happens a lot during storms. Don't worry about it.
But don't you think the lights need repairs?
Probably. Our uncle told me last week that he'll soon take a look at them.
Your brother's right, my dear. There's no need to worry about anything. It's your birthday, so just have fun with your friends. So does anyone want some more chips and dip? Ooh. Yes, please. Cassie? No offense, but I'm getting a little creeped out by that doll sitting over there. I know it's one of your presents, but who exactly sent it to you? I don't really know, Emily. The card it came with doesn't say. It's strange, if you ask me.
You're right about that, Auntie.
Oh my! Uncle Josh! What could have happened to him? Don't fool around like that, Joshua. You're scaring the kids. I don't think that he's joking around, Mrs. Terry. Of course he is, my dear. My husband has always been a prankster towards our niece and nephew, especially when they have friends over. It's just his way of being funny and making children laugh.
Knowing Uncle Josh, he would have immediately got up and broke down laughing in less than a minute right now. So, if I may say so, Aunt Marie, it looks as if he's dead.
Dead? 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 Dead?
I believe he is. He's not breathing, and there's blood on the carpet too.
Oh dear.
Poor Uncle Josh. Out of all days, it just had to be on Cassandra's birthday.
Samson, no! Don't touch anything!
Why not?
You'll disturb the crime scene. Everyone knows that you don't disturb the scene of the crime. Otherwise, you'll be suspected as the murderer. But what's that thing that's stuck in his neck anyway? Well, that's a kitchen knife, isn't it? Lark's right. But if that's a kitchen knife, then this could only mean...
Yes. You might be right, sis. Someone in this room.
What are you talking about, Samson? Yeah, I agree with Ruth Ann. It couldn't have been one of us. Yeah, we're children. Children don't go around killing grown-ups. Champ, what are you getting at?
Well, it happened while the lights went out, and we're all here together. So, logically, one of us would have to assume that one of us is behind this.
Samson, how could you suggest something like that? Nobody in this room is capable of doing such a horrible thing against one of your relatives. I'm afraid he has a point. Yes, Aunt Marie. Knives don't magically get up and slit in people's throats all by themselves.
So one of us must have done it. One of us must be behind this. One of us must be responsible.
Cut! For dog's sake. Did I miss my line? No, you're doing fine. What's wrong? Joanna! What's going on? Sorry, fairy girl. Technical difficulties. I'll handle it. My dog. This will never end. I can't work in these ridiculous conditions. Relax, Amethyst. Now, what's the problem? We were waiting for the doorbell to ring, but it didn't ring. So that's why your boyfriend was repeating his line, Caramel? Well, duh! What else were we supposed to do? The signal's on your line, baby, when you say.
So one of us must have done it.
And that's when Riley comes in as the inspector. Okay, everybody. The doorbell works again. Oh, and, Ciarda? What? What's that extra Chucky doll doing standing behind you? Huh? What the?
Gotcha!
Riley! That wasn't funny!
Sorry, Sparks, I couldn't resist. I would have pulled that prank on my aunt, but she's never been afraid of this ugly doll.
Lucky her. Now could you please put that thing back where you found it and get back on stage? Your part is next. We have to get through this final rehearsal.
Okay. Hey, jeez. I don't get why Aunt Zoe was given an extra doll. Also why you're directing while you're already another stage manager with Joanna.
And I don't get why Randy couldn't be the inspector instead.
What? Did someone call me?
Oh, Randy's up. Oh, almost forgot about him.
Please tell me that we're finished rehearsing for today, because I brought some pizza for my lunch and I'm starving.
No, Randy. You died about 2 pages ago. But don't worry, it'll be over soon. Just lay back down.
Fine.
Just a teeny question about Riley's last sentence. Why is Ciarda the director while she's the other stage manager?
I'm still a stage manager, Cinnamon.
Zoe just asked me to take her place for a few hours while she heads up to the airport. Oh. And why would Zoe go off on vacation when it's opening night tomorrow? No, Stick. She's going up there to pick up Luna Baines. From Fantacylandfilms. A few years ago, Fantasy made her own 2-part videos like what we're doing right now. She was inspired by a play she did, and Zoe was inspired by those 2 videos that were made. Of course, ours has a Child's Play twist. Anyways, Zoe was Instagramming with Luna last week about the play, and they made arrangements for Luna to fly down to Canada because she's interested in watching the performance. Oh my god, no way! This is so exciting, guys! I love Fantasyland films, and I've always wanted to meet one of the behind-the-scenes characters. I'm surprised she didn't know when we all did. Alright, everyone. Riley's ready, and it's high time that we get back to rehearsing. Thank you, Joanna. But before we start, are you sure the doorbell is in working order? Ciarda, it works. It's been double-checked, too. Honestly, as a substitute director, I believe you've been taking it a little too seriously. I'm sorry if I am, but I never directed anything before. I'm just nervous, okay? Don't worry, Ciarda. You're doing just fine to me. I'm nervous too. You know, since tomorrow is opening night. Thanks, Cake. But you shouldn't be nervous when you've already been in several videos on this channel. Well, anyways, let's get things back on track. We'll take it from Dash's line, so one of us must have done it. Perfect. Now let's continue on. Action!
So one of us must have done it.
Who's there? Stay here, kids. I'll get it.
Good evening. I'm Inspector Norris. I hope I'm not interrupting your children's fun night, but I was just across the street and I heard a young girl screaming.
Oh, I sincerely apologize. That was me. Ooh, an inspector. Do you work in the Chicago area?
That's correct, little lady. I was actually heading back when I heard the scream. Is there something wrong?
Unfortunately, yes. To be honest, officer, you've really got timing. It seems that our friend's uncle has been mysteriously murdered.
Mysteriously murdered? Yes. It all happened so fast, but we have no idea who did it. So you didn't see the murderer?
No, sir. The electric went out just as I served my niece some cake. And when the lights turned back on again, Mr. Terry was dead.
Are you sure you didn't see anything?
No, sir. Mrs. Terry and Ruth Ann just said that the lights turned off and it was pitch black. And Samson found the kitchen knife in his neck. Mark? Well, he did.
Let me see the murder weapon.
Yes, sir. The knife is still there in my husband's neck.
Yeah, exactly where we first found it. We never touched it. Everybody knows that you shouldn't disturb a crime scene. Yes. Yes, yes.
So what do you make of it, Inspector Norris?
No doubt about it. This man was murdered, all right.
Oh, my Doc, that's awful! But who in the right mind would do such a thing? We've been married for 16 years, and my niece and nephew love Joshua. It was his idea first to adopt them after my brother was arrested last year. Their friends admire him too. I know for certain that none of us would do something like that. At least, I think I know.
It's possible for sure, miss. Although I can't say for sure until I'm given more information, so I'll get the facts straight. For now, you're all suspects.
Oh no, this is horrible. I can't believe this is happening. It's my birthday. Don't worry, Cassandra. It's gonna be okay.
Right now, I need all of you to tell me exactly what happened when the murder took place, just so I can try to recreate this crime.
How do you want us to do that, Inspector?
I need to know who was here in this living room and what they were doing.
You mean, you want us to replay the scene like we're in a movie or a school play?
Exactly. Okay, I think we can make that work for you, officer.
Okay, so we had just got done playing a game of Would You Rather, and Emily then suggested that we should watch a movie, and Uncle Josh was already in the room with us to help us set up the TV, and Aunt Marie had just finished preparing some delicious snacks. Oh yes, I did. I also made some coffee for my husband, and I just handed it to him when I came in with the snacks. And, what did I say? Oh yes, and I said, drink up, darling. You don't want your drink to get cold, do you? Don't jump to conclusions about that or anything. I just made him some coffee, like I do every day and night.
And what exactly did you put in Mr. Terry's coffee?
1 teaspoon of sugar, just how he always likes it.
1 teaspoon of sugar. Okay. Please go along with the story.
After Mrs. Terry set the snack tray on the table, I then said, "Oh, Mrs. Terry, your homemade chip dip will be the death of me."
Of course. So it was the chip dip. It was poisoned.
What? No! That was just an expression, Inspector. What Lark meant by it is that it's really good dip. Why would Mrs. Terry mix poison in the snacks she's serving us when it's Cassandra's birthday?
Sorry. Just a bit jumpy today. Please continue.
Mr. Terry began a conversation about the card game War. We're all in grade 5, and Samson and Emily are both pros at War. They would win against their challengers faster than they would if they were playing bingo. So naturally, Mr. Terry asked them about their games. He said, "How are you and Emily doing with your games of War lately, champ?"
And I said, "Oh, we've been doing pretty good, Uncle Josh. Would you like to play a game or two after the movie?"
"Oh, Samson, you've always been so competitive." That's what I said. And I said, "Oh, I think that would be entertaining. Can we watch?" And I said, "I agree. I have never seen you play against your uncle before." I was about to leave and get a deck of cards from our room, but then Uncle Josh said, no thanks, Sam. I would like to give it a whirl and play a round or two, but you've always won, and I'm certain that I'll never triumph against you."
Then I said, "Oh, come on. It's not that tricky. You just need a little more practice, that's all."
And that's when the lights went out.
I see. So you were challenging him.
Only to a traditional game of War.
Okay, she said that, and he then said that. What was it the little man said to him again?
He said, "You just need a little more practice, that's all."
Stop!
Aw, come on! We can't keep stopping like this, or we'll never finish. Did I screw up on something? It's not you, Stick. It's just another technical difficulty. The crew seems to have the cues all mixed up.
Joanna! What the tail did you do?
What do you mean, what did I do? What are you doing off the stage? Sorry. I didn't think you guys would notice that I stepped out. My water bottle was empty, And since I knew it would be about 10 minutes before I had to close the curtains at the end of the scene, I thought of leaving the stage for a few minutes just so I can get a refill on water. You mean that wasn't you? What wasn't me? I already told you guys, I wasn't there for the last few minutes. Would anyone care to tell me what happened? Around when Buttercream copied Dash's line to Riley, the lights and thunder went off like they did for the original death scene. We weren't sure if that was you or another technical problem. Let me check. Be right back. Even if Joanna does a quick check or not, it still doesn't explain what Riley's doing.
Relax, babe. He's fine.
Yeah, nothing really happened to him, Cake. It's just another dumb prank. Like with that extra doll. And just when things were getting back on track. Tell me about it. Well, I checked, but there was nothing wrong with the lights or sound effects.
That's odd. Maybe the crew replayed the cue from earlier by mistake.
Probably. But that still doesn't make sense on what Inspector Norris is doing. It's just another stupid prank up his sleeve. Obviously, he's trying to make us think that he plays the part of Mr. Terry now. I don't think it's another prank, Ciarda. The only times he starts joking around is when we're not rehearsing and we're just taking breaks. He's usually almost 100% serious with his part as the inspector. But why in the world would he be lying on the floor with a kitchen knife next to him? Let me handle this, Stone. I have my ways of dealing with teenage boys. Riley, if you get up, I'll give you my Tim Hortons card. No? Okay. How about $20 instead? Ugh. Oh, is that your phone I hear ringing? It's probably your girlfriend calling again. Ugh, drat! Either one of those things would always get him up in no time at all. Do something, Ciarda. This is getting ridiculous. Riley! Riley!
Riley!
Riley!
Riley, get up now! This is not funny!
Wait a minute. The knife lying there looks real. It is real. The blade is actual stainless steel. Guys, look! There's a huge cut in his neck, and it's actually bleeding out. Oh no! What if he's really...
Oh, Doc, this isn't good. I think he might really be dead.
Say what? Oh no. Aw, but I liked Riley and his sense of humor. And the show's tomorrow night. Oh, this is horrible.
But how is that even possible?
Haven't you been paying attention, Dash? He's been slit in the throat with a real knife. I suppose how this happened is painfully obvious. But who could have done this? No one around here has the guts to kill a relative of Zoe's. Yeah. Something has to be done about this, right? Point taken. Joanna, call 911. It's over. It's all over.
Cake, calm yourself.
No, there's nothing that we can do. The show is canceled. Cancel? No way. Not on my watch. I say the show will continue on as planned. You can't be serious, Ciarda. Death to an actor in a play is a perfectly good reason to call it off. No, the show must go on. Zoe's still bringing Luna. Surely somebody else around here must know Inspector Norris's lines. Ooh, me! I know his lines, Ciarda. No, Cinnamon. Then we would have no lark. Doggone it. I'll sort something out.
Should we take Riley off the stage or something?
What? No! Our paw prints will be all over him if we take him off. Why else would I use a pen to check a knife? Because I wanted to draw on it? And I thought I had to chill out.
But it seems strange to just leave him lying here.
It hasn't bothered you that Randy has been lying here the entire time?
That's because it's Randy, who's playing Uncle Josh, who's dead.
He's right, you know, Amethyst. Randy's only playing a part in a play. Riley's actually dead. The police will be here shortly. The crew has been instructed to let them in. Thanks, Joanna. But what exactly are we going to say to the cops when they get here? They'll just ask us to recall the facts, Caramel. I mean, this is a child's play murder mystery story. We must all know how this works. I'm sure of it. She has a point, guys. All we need to do is retrace our steps and remember what happened when the lights turned off. You're right, Adria. Okay, let's see. Okay, Adria was here. Caramel just said that. Amethyst was right there. Dash just said that. Alright. That explains it. One of you must be the killer. Don't forget to include yourself, too. Why should I, Swirl? You're here with us, so technically, you're involved in this, too. Swirl's right, Ciarda. This is reality, not the performance.
Good afternoon. Is this the ZoeBeingLPS Studios drama play theater?
Yes, sir.
We're inspectors Lua and Hudson. We've got a call down at the station.
Yes, that was me.
From what we heard on the phone, there's been a murder?
Yes, officer.
Mind if we... Hudson? Where's your badge? Crap. Must have left it in the car again. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. He'll be back. So, mind if I take a look around?
Do what you have to.
Whoa! What the heck is going on here?
Oh, that's Randy. He's in the play like us.
Well, why was he lying on the floor with a knife stuck in his neck?
That's his role in the play. He plays Mr. Terry, who gets killed by Chucky.
Well, next time, give a cop some warning, will you?
Sorry. We thought the snoring would have given him away.
What am I supposed to do? I've been laying here since 10:45 a.m.
Oh, don't worry about it, Randy. Just go back to sleep. You don't know what's going on anyway.
Fine. So I guess... this boy is the real reason you called 911?
Yes, Inspector.
Yep. The kid's dead, all right.
My dog? Caramel, you already knew that. I know, but that doesn't mean I shouldn't be scared about it.
So, do you have any idea who did it, Inspector? No, not yet. So far, the victim's death cause is the only thing I know right now. I don't have all the facts. Besides the murder happening, did something else happen?
The lights went out. But the lights going out isn't anything unusual. That happens all the time. We're in a stage play theater.
Don't worry about that, kid. Any information I can receive is helpful.
So do you know who the killer is?
Not yet, kid. So don't get ahead of yourself. I still need to know exactly what went on leading up to Mr.
Dennison. Riley Dennison.
Leading up to Mr. Dennison's murder.
Well, that's pretty easy. We were just rehearsing the play. True. We can explain exactly what happened.
Rehearsing the play? That's what Stick and Swirl said. So you can just replay it.
Yeah, something like that.
Great idea. Then that's what we'll do. This should be pretty easy.
Wait, hold on. We can't do the scene without Riley. He's playing Inspector Norris. Actually, what if you guys replay the scene your characters did before Riley even started his part? Oh, you mean when Chucky kills Mr. Terry? Precisely. The lines are all the same anyway. Oh guys, this will be a lot of fun! I think we're going to be method actors. We get to do it the way that our characters get to.
Alright, I'll take a seat next to your director and watch you do your scene. Okay, so let's begin at Adria's line, "Drink up, darling." We need Randy
Randy for the scene if we're going to do it again.
Good point, Amethyst. Can you wake him, please, Cinnamon?
On it, Dash. Randy!
What the... what? Are we going home now?
No, we're just replaying the original death scene.
Okay, fine.
Drink up, darling. You don't want your drink to get cold, do you? Oh, Mrs. Terry, your homemade chip dip will be the death of me.
How are you and Emily doing with your games of war lately, champ? Oh, we've been doing pretty good, Uncle Josh. Would you like to play a game or two after the movie?
Oh, Samson, you've always been so competitive. Oh, I think that would be entertaining. Can we watch? I agree. I have never seen you play against your uncle before. I can get the cards from our room.
No thanks, Sam. I would like to give it a whirl and play a round or two, but you've always won, and I'm certain that I'll never triumph against you.
Why is that, Mr. Terry? Surely you took some time to improve since you last played with us. It's been almost 2 months.
No, young lady. I haven't improved at all, I'm afraid. I'm not exactly the type of man who spends most of his time playing cards. Oh, come on. It's not that tricky. You just need a little more practice, that's all. And that's when Uncle Josh was killed.
You mean Riley?
What? No, I mean, I'm getting mixed up.
Great job, guys! You're really starting to get into it. Why, thank you, Ciarda. Well, that's exactly how it... Oh, dear. You have got to be kidding me.